So for today, I'm going to switch from wood sculpture and jump into two projects that I started earlier for stone carving. And what I'm looking to do here is make a mortar and pestle out of this particular stone. I've cut with my diamond blade, and I've scored all the way around, and I'm going to start to pop some of those off. And to make sure this is the stone I wanted, I went and polished this down just to see what color and grain pattern we'd have in this stone. And it's going to be a real nice tight grain, so this will be very, very pretty when it's polished. And this I just want to make a granite bowl out of. So I've started by polishing down and flattening this boulder, and then I will start to sketch where I want my bowl, and then I'll start to cut into this and chisel it away. So to get this started, to know that if it's the type of stone I want, the first thing I do with my angle grinder is I use this large polishing disc, and it's vented. It's great if you spray some water while you're using this. Then after I know what my stone's going to be like, I can shape it with this diamond disc. And then after I've went at it with a pointed chisel, I have several. These are the only ones I'm going to use today. There's a star chisel to start drilling holes, in addition to my rotor hammer and pneumatic chisels. And then I'll knock that down, and when that's all finished, if I need any coring bits, this is a diamond coring bit that you'd use for drilling granite countertops for your hardware installation for faucets and supply lines. And then after that's complete, then you come with a Velcro-backed rubber pad with diamond grit, and these are interchangeable, so you start off and work you all the way up to your finished buff, and then you put your finish on it. So you see I've gotten a lot of use out of this. I really like it. It's very simple, and with a little bit of water you get a really nice high gloss finish. So let's get to starting, right? Okay, so with a few cuts and a few hits, I'm going to decide that this stone is not fit for carving. I have cracks coming through here. I have a crack coming through here. I have a large crack coming through here and there. And it just looks like it has cracks going all over. So I'm going to probably nix this particular stone, maybe make it into something else. It's not going to become what I thought it was. So I'm going to move on to my next one. It's just it's the way the stone crumbles, huh? So you can see here I've taken off a lot of the material that I needed to get to my basic bowl shape just with the grinder and the chisels. I've scribed my radius, my inside bowl radius, my outside bowl radius, and I've gone ahead and plunge cut the top with the diamond blade on the grinder. And now I'm just going to slowly work this out with the chisel, and then I'll use the radius to help keep my bowl concave, and I will use the star bit chisel and the pneumatic chisels and maybe even the grinding cup wheel then once I get this out. So I've taken the grinder with the disc and cut my star pattern, chiseled it out, cut my star pattern, chiseled it out, cut my star pattern, chiseled it out. Then I dropped the star drill bit in the center for a little while to get it rounded out. And then with my grinder and this cup wheel, I have just worked it around, and not that easy, a lot more difficult. And this is something you should really only try if you're a very experienced mason with using the grinder. It can bind in here, it can torque your wrist over, and it can very easily harm you. So this is definitely not just an everyday do-it-yourselfer kind of project, but I just wanted to show you that this is some very beautiful granite. I'm going to probably stop pretty soon here with this, and I'm going to be happy with this. I'm just looking for a small bowl. Maybe I'll continue this with a mortar and pestle. We'll see how the outside shapes up as I work it, but I think it's about a 2.5 inch deep bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and then start leveling out the top. And then I want to start working my profiles and start getting this thing symmetrical out of this boulder. So far so good. I'm liking it. I'm going to leave this as is for now. I'm going to come back with my polishing discs, and then I will start soaking this thing down with the hose, and we'll start working out a lot of these grooves with the diamond back disc. So I have my shape just about done. I used the diamond cut brush on the angle grinder, and I'm going to go with a hexagon pattern with a shoulder and then the bowl about 2.5 inches deep. So I've tried it. I've got them just about as square as I can stand to worry about this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and leave a hefty chunk of this weight here so that it doesn't move around on the countertop, or maybe hold down some cookbook pages, you know, when you're jamming up your spices here. And so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start polishing them. I'm going to bring the hose up here and start adding some water. I got to get a lot of these nicks out, so the inside's going to need a lot of polishing. So with this pad, it has a rubber backing. It's a little flexible, so I'll be able to get in there. It's Velcro, and you can see the Velcro is wearing off, so it does shoot the pads off, and it's good to put a backstop and some protective gear on. But basically, you're just going to start off at your lowest. They're all in incremental grits, and there's more than this. I skipped a couple. They're about $12.50 a pad, I believe, so figure $13 a pad, and go through them pretty well. So they're color coded, so you can grab them because they're hard to read. But I'm going to go 30, 50, 100, skip up to 400. That's a big step. There's a couple in between there. And then 400, I'm going to skip another couple steps and go to 1500. And then my buffing pad is 3000. And you can tell I've used this quite often, so I'm running low on my pad, so I'll have to order a new one. And the buffing pads come in white and black, I believe, depending on what tone of stone you're doing. So this will work. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'll just get it polished up, show you how it looks, and then hopefully be done with this one. I finished polishing this as much as I'm probably going to polish it. I might do a little bit more with the buffing pad just to get more of a sheen to it, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to get on to some other projects, but you see how nice the inside came with the diamond polishing. So that'll work really well. I'm just going to take some of the scrap from this and make my pestle, and this will be a very hefty mortar and pestle.